And welcome back to North of the Broad. With me now is Sherry Halphen. She is a program coordinator through the United Way for VITA, which stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. We've had Sherry on pretty much every month to explain to our community exactly the great services you all provide with tax assistance to various clients. So you want to just review, just to give a quick overview again,
Sure.
and then we'll get into some new things we're going to talk about.
Sure. We offer free tax services to those with low to moderate income. So if you make $67,000 or less, and we also focus on English as a second language, those with disabilities, and those that are 60 and older.
Right. And so you will be starting the first week in February.
Correct.
For the assistance to happen. And you have locations throughout the Lowcountry.
Yes.
One of those locations is the Beaufort Library. And a lot of folks have been going there, but there is a new library, the Port Royal Library. So you're hoping to have maybe some of those clients to go over to Port Royal.
Yes. Because it opened, we decided that it would be a great way for us to cover the area and be all over north of the Broad in the Beaufort area. So we're excited about that.
And then appointments. So you can actually go online to schedule your appointment.
Correct.
And hopefully you've made it easy for folks.
We have.
Good.
You go directly to our website. You actually click on the site. It'll show you the dates and times that are available, and you'll just click in there. You're going to fill out your information. Okay. And it'll give you information on what you need to bring as well.
And does each appointment, how long do you
We usually allot about an hour.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit less. So if you do have an appointment, you may have to wait a little bit. But the idea behind it is just to keep the line moving and help as many people as we can. Because the idea is we want it to be as accurate as possible, but we also want it to be done in a timely fashion, because time is precious to everyone.
Right. And so you would book your time and location.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then, so I don't think I've ever asked you this, but how many do you serve in a particular year?
So last year we prepared over 2,200, and we saved the clients, the taxpayers over $500,000 in fees that they would have had to pay.
And this is a program through the IRS too, right?
It is. We are sponsored with the IRS. And the idea behind that is we want to make sure they're not taken advantage of, that the returns are done accurately, but also they get all the credits they deserve, whether it's the earned income tax or the child credits. We want to make sure that they're getting everything they deserve.
So what do your clients say? Are they just like, oh, thank you so much, I really appreciate it?
Yes. We have a lot of return people once they come. And then we also have a lot of people that when they do find us, they're very appreciative. So yes, it's a wonderful experience for the volunteer and for the client.
For the client. And speaking of volunteers, there's still time to volunteer.
We have training in January. So if you're interested, you can go to our website and find out more information on how to get involved.
And you can either be a tax preparer.
Correct.
Or you can be a greeter. So there's all kinds of roles.
Yes, you don't have to be a tax expert to get involved. So.
And I know you've got volunteers that have been doing it year after year as well, right, Sherry?
Yes, they find it very rewarding.
Right. And we've got about a minute left. Some of besides the Beaufort Library and the Port Royal Library, the new location, where else are you going to be?
So in Beaufort, we're also at the Libaut Library. That's on Saturdays, which is really good for those that work during the week. We go to the St. Helena Library. Then we'll be at Beaufort and Port Royal. Bluffton and Hilton Head Libraries.
Yes,
and then on the island, we're at the VIM Clinic and Deepwell.
Yes.
And then at Agape Family Life Center in Hardyville, at the Hardyville Library, and the Morris Center in Ridgeland. So we geographically, we're all over.
You're everywhere. And again, appointments begin the first week in February and go all the way through
till the closest to April 15th, whatever date they're open.
Date that is.
And then we'll start taking reservations or appointments on mid-January. They'll be available to select for appointment.
Very good. And for your Hispanic-speaking clients, do you have interpreters and special programs for them?
We do. We have a special date, February 15th, at the Hardyville Rec Center.
Okay.
And that's a Saturday from 10 to 4. But we also have, at each site, over-the-phone interpreters.
Oh, Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
As we close out 2024 and start tax season for 2025. Sherry Halphen, who's a program coordinator for VITA. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next year.
Okay.